you're about to go to boarding school, watch this video. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Chidinma, and I'm here with another video. I want to quickly say that I have changed my upload schedule for the better or the worse. We will see. For February, I will be trying out posting twice a week, and this is really crazy coming from somebody who previously could not even post every 2 weeks, but I'm now trying twice a week. If it doesn't work, just know in March and for the rest of the year, I'm just gonna go back to once a week because babes. But other than that, this video is a boarding school tip video, and let's get into it because I have a lot to say. So my first tip is to create a schedule for yourself. This is so important. Boarding school can be one of the first opportunities for a lot of kids to have freedom over themselves from their parents, and people go crazy with that. They have terrible sleep schedules. They don't get their work done on time. I also think creating a call schedule is very important. I did not do this and I still haven't done it. And honestly, it's something I'm gonna do for college because I found that when I was not keeping up with my friends back home, I lost a lot of relationships. And you do not stay at boarding school all year round. You go home multiple times a year. Summer break is like 3 months. And if you do not have any friends back home, you're just gonna be sitting in your room like,
what the hell we gonna do now?
I have planners that help me stay on top of things. This is my YouTube planner, and I just plan my videos and when I'm gonna post, edit, film, all that stuff. I also have a school planner, which I'm not gonna show the front because it says my school, but this is where I put my homework. I don't use that as much, but when I do, I find that my week goes a lot better. Second piece of advice is to not pack all your clothes when you are first coming to boarding school. I made this mistake when I first got here, and I had so many clothes, I did not know what to do with them. I literally packed my whole closet, and that did not work at all. What I do now is I pack by season. So obviously at boarding school, we have breaks. We're not at school the whole year round. So when I'm first coming to school in about August and I stay till like November, I bring my summer and fall clothes because it does stay hot for a little while and then it kind of starts to mellow out. So I bring my summer and fall clothes, and then when I go home for Thanksgiving break, I put those away and I bring my winter clothes, and then I go home for winter break and I still have my winter clothes. And then spring break comes later in the spring, the next year, and after spring break, I bring with me my spring and summer clothes. You will not wear all of your clothes at all, and that's completely fine. So make sure you're not packing everything because you don't want to take up all of that unnecessary space. My next tip is to create a contract with your roommate. So my school actually requires us to do this if we have a roommate, but I know some other schools may not require that. So if your school does not, make sure that you're doing that on your own time. You need to have a contract and a set of rules and boundaries between you and your roommate so that there's no tension throughout the year. Are they allowed to touch your stuff without asking? Can they eat food from your fridge without asking? Some people don't like to change in front of others, so that's another boundary to discuss. Everybody comes from a different background, different culture, and if you are rooming with somebody that is international and you're from the States, then you guys may have different cultural values and you don't want to infringe on other people's beliefs and stuff. So make sure that you are setting boundaries and rules with your roommate, because your room is supposed to be your sanctuary, and if there's tension in your sanctuary, trust me, you will not get any rest. My next tip is to try everything. Boarding school is so amazing because you have the opportunity to do anything here. It's not like a big public school with thousands of students where you may not have a chance to be on a team or be in a play, or there won't be enough space in a club. But here at boarding school, most schools have about like 400, 500 people, and a lot of schools have a lot less than that. So there are more opportunities for you to be on a sports team, be in a club, be in an activity, have a leadership position. That being said, do not bombard yourself with a bunch of commitments in one period. When I say to try everything, I mean over your 4 or 5 years here. I don't mean in one semester or one trimester. You will be stressed, okay? That is coming from me now, who has a bunch of things going on during the year. You will be completely stressed, especially with academics on top of that. So make sure you are trying everything, but over a long period. Tip number 5 is to learn how to manage your money. I cannot explain to you guys how important this tip is. When you come to boarding school, your parents are no longer up your back and they're no longer, nitpicking everything that you do. And a lot of people take that newfound freedom and they go crazy. At my school and at a lot of other boarding schools, people get allowances, and that can be $15, $20, maybe $30 if you're really lucky a week. Trust me, I know a lot of girls that will just spend all of that money on ordering food out or buying like all the snacks at Walmart. If you can't manage your money now, when you go to college, it's gonna be even worse. So make sure that you are managing your money. One thing that I do, or I used to do, because now I don't actually get like cash allowance, I just have a card. But when I did get cash allowance, I would get like $15, $20 a week, and I would save like $5 of that and then spend the rest on whatever I wanted. And trust me, that $5 that you save each week builds up over the course of a trimester or of a semester. So make sure you are saving your money every week so you don't go broke. My sixth tip is to get off of campus. Like, this is so important. Boarding school is very isolating. You don't see many people outside of the ones that you see every day in class. And that can be very depressing for a lot of people. Even if you think that, I'm very introverted, I don't need to see many people a lot, like I like being alone. No, trust me, seeing the same thing every day of every week of every month gets so tiring. You need to go out to get a breath of fresh air and to see the world around you. Like, the world is not the 200 people that go to your school. I say if your school has day students, definitely befriend them and go out with them, because they know the area a lot better than you do, especially if you're an out-of-state student or an international student. But a lot of boarding schools already have like activities that they do every weekend. So if you want to go to an activity that's off campus, ask your school if they can, set that up for you. A lot of boarding schools also meet with one another, not just for sports, but like, for activities. I go to an all-girls school, and there are a bunch of other all-girls schools in the area, and there are a bunch of other all-boys schools. So before COVID, we would do things called mixers, and we would just, hang out all together. And I think that's really important to see other people aside from the ones at your school. And it's very, very, very crucial for your mental health, because I personally am an extrovert, so I thrive off of human interaction, and I don't really get tired of seeing the same people every day, but I know a lot of others do. The next tip is to ask for help when you need it. The common misconception about boarding school is that everybody here is an Einstein and, they have 50 heads, they can do anything, they're super smart. And that can be true for some schools that are really prestigious, Exeter or Andover. But the truth of the matter is that people are struggling, okay? People are not perfect, and going to boarding school will help you realize that. At public school, I feel like you don't see people you see people every day, but you don't see them 24/7. So you don't see the mental breakdowns, you don't see the crying, you don't see any of that. You just see the perfection for the most part. And when you go to boarding school and you live with these people 24/7, you will actually see everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. You're not weak for needing a therapist. You're not dumb for needing a tutor. That is part of the experience. That is part of life. So if you find yourself struggling academically or mentally or spiritually, go to somebody that can help you, and go to somebody that has your best interest at heart. Tip number 8, this is so important: stay out of drama. I go to an all-girls school, so I can tell you firsthand that the drama can be so unnecessary. And my freshman and sophomore year, the drama I was in was so pointless looking back at it. Just don't do it. By the time you're a senior, you're gonna look back and be so embarrassed. I know I look back at my freshman self and I'm I shudder. At a small school like mine, the drama will follow you. People will remember it, and people will know your business, especially at an all-girls school, because people gossip. So if you don't want your business out there, don't publicize it. Also very important, do not be in drama in other boarding schools. Like I said earlier, my school, we connect with a bunch of other boarding schools in the area, but that does not mean that there is not drama between the boarding schools. Don't do it. It's really pointless, especially because you don't even see those people every day. So how are you beefing with people that you literally see once a month?
Stop it. Get some help.
My 9th tip is to form strong relationships with your teachers and hall adults. They can get you through a lot of things. So a lot of teachers and hall adults, at least at my school, they have dogs, they have pets. And if you really just need time to just chill, you can just go to their apartment or house or whatever and play with their animals. That really helps me and that lifts my spirit. So I think it's very important to form that connection with them. Last night, I was playing with my Holodont's cat, and that really made me happy because I love animals. So my last tip is to stop comparing yourself. Living with your peers will make you realize, as I said earlier, that not everybody is perfect. I remember I came here and I compared myself a lot. I was always like, oh, the people here like this girl better than they like me, or this girl has better grades than me. And at the end of the day, when I actually became close with these people, I realized that they are literally on their last limb. Like, everybody's sad here. Like, literally everybody's sad, especially during coronavirus. Everybody's sad. Nobody is better than the other person. We're all stressed and we all have a lot of work. Drama stems from jealousy. And as I said before, pointless drama, we're not doing that. I have a bonus tip, and you guys may roll your eyes at it, but I think it's very important to keep in mind, and I wish I had kept it in mind when I was coming here. Go into this process, go into boarding school with an open mind. If you come in negatively, wanting to leave right away, just hating everything about your school, it is self-sabotage, and I have personally seen this in my own life and in my own boarding school situation. I feel as though I came here with a really bad mindset. I did not want to be in an all-girls school. I did not want to be in a school far away from home. I didn't want to be in a boarding school. The mind is a very powerful tool. After a while, you will actually hate it here and it will make your whole experience bad. So come here with an open mind. So that is it for advice that I have for boarding school. If you are really scared and worried about going to boarding school, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not as hard as it seems. It can be really daunting, especially if you are coming from out of state or you're coming from a completely different country. But there's a lot of support here, and I feel that living on campus with a bunch of other students is very beneficial. So please utilize all these tips and keep them in mind as you start your boarding school journey. I'm coming towards the end of my own, and I really wish that I had had these tips before I had started here, because that would have made my life a lot easier. If you really like this video, don't forget to comment, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Turn on post notifications. I'm gonna be posting twice a week now, and that's a really big change for me. Hopefully I can stick to it, but I want to be more consistent for you guys, and I want to give you guys the videos that you deserve. So thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.